That's it.
Welcome to Stable Condition, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm JWhoof.
I'm Do the Daring Do.
I'm Trixie.
Shut up, Trixie.
Oh.
That's an inside joke, though.
I don't care. But this week's episode is going to be a little short because we have a very special movie to watch after this.
That's right. We are currently, in case you can probably tell by the change in quality, we are doing, this is Stable Condition live at Chronicle in
This
Louisville.
isn't going to be live, idiot.
Yeah, it's not live.
Oh, well. But no, we're up at Chronicle right now, and after, what has it been, like an hour and a half, this room has cleared out and we can actually hear ourselves.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, yes, we're here going to record an episode, and then we are going to watch the Blue Mountain State movie, The Rise of Thadland. Oh, my God.
It's going to be so
The
good.
fanboying is intensifying so much. For those who haven't, if we haven't talked about it yet, the three of us are absolutely obsessed with the TV show Blue Mountain State. It is amazing.
Who interrupted my Tijuana tooth pull?
Namaste. All right.
Oil change.
Newsflash.
Okay, listen, seriously, I don't give a crap if you're not a fan of football. You're a fan of making yourself laugh. Go watch that show. You can find it on Netflix. It is amazing. Blue Mountain State.
It really is. It's
One of my
absolutely
favorites.
wonderful.
All right, so we are here to talk about My Little Pony.
Yeah.
What episode?
Look.
And what's our topic for this week?
So the episode is Look Before You Sleep, and I kind of built this up with you guys. I kept nicknaming this episode the testosterone tester.
I'm talking about the topic for the podcast.
I know. I'm getting
Get to it. They don't have much time.
Clearly they don't.
Yeah, right. But anyways, the topic we kind of came up with this.
Tell me.
Bedtime story.
We came up with this like 10 minutes ago, but we've been hanging out for about what has it been, like 2 or 3 hours so far today.
Longer than that, at least me and Trixie. We've been hanging out for over 4 hours.
That's true. So in that time, we started talking about creepypastas again, scary stories. We watched what's that show called again? Seriously Strange?
Seriously Strange by Rob Dyke.
Yes, and I'm like, it's so cool, it's so fascinating. So I figured an interesting way to tie all this stuff into ponies, like the current mood we're in. Let's talk about some of the grimdark fanfics, and just I guess what could be considered the scary stuff that's like well known, like the fanfics, like Cupcakes, Rainbow Factory, all that
Whatever.
jazz.
Yeah.
So because we're all like in a really big creepypasta mood right now, so why not? So before we get into talking about how we got the crap scared out of one another, let's talk about the girliest episode in the entire show.
Hey, this is one of the best episodes ever.
You're just saying because it's rare, Jack.
Damn right.
But
I'm alone here.
honestly, I'm still going my lazy route with this and not watching the episode and going off of pure memory. And I just remember Rarity and Applejack. I don't think there's anyone else in this.
Yeah, clearly no one else, right?
I mean, they walked in one night and was like, you know what? Golden Oak Library sure is empty. Twilight's out of town. Let's use her house.
Who's Twilight?
I'm sure she'll be okay with it.
I'm sure she won't become a major character later on.
Clearly.
I mean, it's not like she appears in every single episode for an entire season.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who is this again? Anyways, I didn't really get the time to watch the episode earlier, but
You're a horrible person,
I
Dewey.
know.
Absolutely horrible. How could you? You have ruined the integrity of this podcast.
I haven't seen it either.
Trademark.
Can I stamp too soon on trademark jokes?
No.
Really?
I've already trademarked that too. Give me money.
Oh, man, not again.
I'm mad at that, but I can't react to it.
Yeah, we'll get sued.
You should still post that rant you and I did.
I'll think about it.
Thank you, honey.
Continue going.
Yeah, anyways, so...
What's taking you so long? Go.
He's just going.
So...
Do it.
Will you shut up? So, for this episode...
You're reacting to what I said. You're sued.
Okay, fine. We're going to do this really quick. One of my favorite YouTube comments in regards to all the Fine Brothers stuff is I saw a comment of somebody who said, all they said was just, we'll see you in court, but every single word, the little trademark logo was, will see you in court. That was awesome.
It's bloody brilliant.
Yes, anyways, so, Look Before You Sleep. It is indeed a bit of a Rare Jack episode. Oh yeah, someone did
Yeah,
come
it
in.
is. Basically, that episode, it really started out with thinking that those two aren't friends, which was a good character development thing, at least in my opinion.
The whole idea of, it's a simple but very good moral of opposites can be friends. If they try.
I mean, you're a Claude. I'm a decent human being.
Then what's he?
Mexican.
Yay!
That odd middle ground.
See.
I'm fine with this. At least I'm not a Claude.
Oh.
But this was one of those episodes I felt like, even though it makes sense for Twilight not knowing what a sleepover really is, it felt like it was really shoehorned in.
You think
to
so?
me with her character. I felt like this could have been one of those stories where Applejack and Rarity went. Well, there's in the middle of the storm. They went for some shelter, and they'd have to deal with it themselves. Twilight wasn't really needed for that.
Are you upset or disappointed that she was kind of like the host for them?
No, I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying, like, I felt it could have been better if it was like season 2 where they made it to where Twilight doesn't have to be in every single episode.
Well, even so, like, the episode is barely, like, they barely gave Twilight any kind of.
Exactly. That's
anything
why
to
I'm
do.
saying it's like they shoehorned her in, which they did.
I suppose. I mean, yeah, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was forced all that much. I mean, yeah, you kind of needed a character to just kind of pretty much roll off the checklist. Is like, all right, so what's next on the agenda? Makeovers. Yeah. So makeovers. You guys interact with that. Pillow fight. You guys interact with that. Yes.
That's awesome.
Get ready for the most intense pillow fight of your life. To this day, that still kills me. What were some of the other things they did? They did the pillow fight. That was the big one. They did makeovers or tried to
S'mores.
Truth or Dare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I will say that scene was really really funny with Applejack having to wear the frou-frouiest outfit I've ever seen.
That
Until
Twilight-
season 5.
I mean,
or was it
it's-
4? Or was it 3?
If
Or
you're
was it
referring
2?
to- hey,
or
if-
is it 1? Or was it 0? Or was it previous gen? Or was it 3.5?
or was it
Gen
Littlest?
2?
Or was it Littlest Pet Shop?
You're right. It was Littlest Pet Shop.
If you're referring to Apple
Twilight Barkle. Have you never heard that before?
That's amazing. I've
Wait,
never heard of that
You
one.
guys seriously haven't heard that before? You never want, like when Littlest Pet Shop came out, the
Twilight-
dog Zoe
Looks
has the exact same.
No, I've seen it.
yeah.
Just never heard her called Twilight Barkle.
Yeah, the people in the Brony fandom would call her Twilight Barkle.
Do you think Nicole Oliver knows about that since she?
I think Nicole Oliver voices her.
No, she does. That's why I'm asking. Like, do you think she knows about that?
It wouldn't surprise me.
That's awesome.
Oh man, is Nicole gonna be at BabsCon? I forgot.
Yes,
she is. We need to ask her that. It's
Oh,
like,
that's good. It's good.
okay, hold on. What's the dog's name? Zoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Twilight
actually,
Barkle.
it's
So
not as
stupid.
good as My Little Pony, but Littlest Pet Shop is still pretty funny.
I've seen the first episode of it, and I keep telling myself, it's like I need to start watching this series. I've seen the first episode, and it's good. Like it's very enjoyable and everything. It's done by the same people, obviously. It's just I watch it, it's like I really like this, and I want to keep watching it, but it just doesn't have the same.
Well, it's
heart
no
and
pound
soul.
puppies. Secret butt fun.
It doesn't have the
Gosh,
same
I am
soul.
really pulling from the old days of the Brony fandom.
You
now.
really are.
Gack.
Oh,
Oh, goody.
can't wait for Gak's comeback. I can't.
That's dirty.
No, it's
But,
just the snooze.
The other thing was whenever the tree fell in or something like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, Rarity had the better idea of turning the branches into little sculptures so it could be easily moved.
You think Applejack would have known about that though? It was like,
Knowing that a tree was going to come into her friend's house. She's not a psychic, bro.
You're right. I refuse to bring in the concept of physics of if you pull something towards you, it's gonna fall towards you.
That's insane, bro.
Really?
It's simply asking.
Einstein already disproved that theory.
It's simply asking too much. And you know what they were doing? What we were just doing, telling scary stories.
Yeah?
I try to remember which one it was. Like, I when I do something like that, I always try to figure out, like, is this like a reference to an actual scary story.
They did the headless horse.
Was it the Headless Horse?
Yes, it was.
My
I
God.
thought the headless horse was in season 3.
No,
That
that's
was both.
well. That's what I was telling you about. Was
Because remember she puts a blanket over her head and like pretends to have head.
Sleepy Hollow, I guess.
Which one did that?
Twilight.
Who?
God.
He's gonna keep doing this the whole episode.
I don't know what you're talking about. You need to stop living in the past, Trixie.
Yeah, you're right. Twilight. It's clearly not. It's Twilight Barkle, right?
Who?
That's her name.
It's already starting.
The salt is overflowing in this one.
No. Right now, it's not salt. It's just massive eye rolling. Like, oh, here we go again.
You've been with us for how many episodes?
This is our 7th.
I
No,
don't know.
It's so yeah, freaking out.
it's either 7 or 8. It's like we still have 4.5 seasons to go.
But all in all, like there really isn't much to say about this episode. You call it the testosterone tester.
Rare Jack number 1.
Is that your illustrious nickname for it?
Yeah.
Like just there really isn't a lot to talk about this episode. Like this was the only episode where it went like really stereotypical girly.
That's what I'm saying. Is like it's
Like
not
it felt like the execs at Hasbro were like, we need an episode like this, and the writers were like, okay,
well, we've got at least one in us.
yeah.
And it was in the beginning, so I mean, we haven't even gotten to double digits yet. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about this is, like you said, it's not a bad episode. It's actually really enjoyable. It's just what you see is definitely what you get.
Needs more rarity.
Not in that sense.
Yeah.
It's what you see is what
Needs
you
more
get.
rarity.
Like I feel like my name for it is indeed very, very appropriate. Like let me put it to you this way: if you're trying to get somebody into this show, they're like, you know what? I'm finally gonna try out Friendship is Magic because I know it's all the craze, yada yada yada. What's the first episode I should look at?
Magical Mystery Cure.
Don't show them. Look before you sleep. Do not. This is not one you start with. It's like prove to me this
So
show
what he's
is.
saying is he hates this episode.
Can't believe it.
That's
Wow.
exactly what I'm saying.
See?
Totally.
Just agreed to
Uh-huh. It's like, show me that this show isn't as girly as you think. All right, we'll show you. Look before you sleep. One of the ponies is forced to wear a giant frou-frou outfit. Wow.
How toyetic can you get? You don't even know where that's from. Where's it from?
Freakazoid?
What episode,
I
Freakazoid?
can't tell you what episode of Freakazoid, but I know I got that
Can
right.
you believe this guy, audience?
Yes, we do. He's very nice.
No, he's not nice at all.
His music's really good too.
What music? But yeah, if you ever have a chance to watch Freakazoid, it's absolutely wonderful.
You know what's funny is when I was on my way up here, before I left the house, I put on Watch Mojo's top 10 criminally underrated cartoons, and Freakazoid was like number 5.
That's criminally underrated. Should be number 1.
I forgot what it was. Anyways,
Was
ponies.
it Candlejack? Ah, dang it.
I'm trying to find out more to say about this episode.
There really isn't much to say. It's a very stereotypical episode.
Straightforward, to the point, which, isn't a bad thing.
It only had half of the main cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
God, I'm really trying.
Wait, what do you mean half? You can't have half of 5. That doesn't make any sense.
So
I mean, I'm not crazy here, am I? Am I?
Clearly not.
Like, comment, subscribe if I'm not.
If you think JWhoof has gone crazy, please like, comment, and subscribe.
If you think I haven't gone crazy, like, comment, and subscribe.
If you feel sorry for what Dewey has to go through,
Don't say anything.
Oh, wow.
leave a comment.
You're insane. We'll never get comments. But let's go ahead and move on to our main topic. This one's going to be a little short compared to last week's. Because with Season 6 predictions, we had a lot to discuss.
Yeah, we did. I think we got a lot of that out of
And
our
honestly,
system.
with this topic, I haven't really read any creepypasta-like stories for My Little Pony.
Well, for most of them,
The closest one you could consider like grimdark and that kind of stuff that I read was Fallout Equestria.
oh yeah, that's right.
No,
See,
right,
I
yeah.
have not. Fallout Equestria is actually a very fascinating and interesting thing because it's like a fandom within a fandom. Have you noticed that?
Oh, it is. It straight up is.
It's really cool the way they do. Like, I personally I'm a big Fallout fan, but I have yet to read Fallout Equestria. You've read it. Nevalin's into it. Ross is into it. I know so many people that just... Avery's into it. RetroStax is into it. Like, a lot of people...
It's really good, just the fandom blows it way out of proportion.
Really?
Yeah. I personally think I've read some fanfics that were better than Fallout Equestria. Fallout Equestria is just depressing.
Really?
Like with one part, I think it was chapter 34. Not going to say what happens, but with one of the characters, I was just like, I don't want to read this anymore. It's just depressing. And it just gets more depressing from there. Like, the ending made me super depressed.
Well,
I didn't want to pick it back up.
Let me ask you this. Is that what it's trying to do? Like, is its purpose to make you depressed?
Yeah, that's its whole purpose, is a post-apocalyptic world where everything you know and love from the show has been corrupted.
Well, see, that's the thing is, like, I've always been telling myself, you know what, I'm going to read Fallout Equestria at some point because, you know, I kind of feel obligated to. Because of how big it is in the fandom, as well as me being a Fallout fan from the beginning, like, just, you know, in general.
Honestly, I suggest you look up one of the audiobook versions.
That's probably going to save me a lot of time.
Actually, you could probably read it a lot faster, but you can just put that on in the background while you're editing music and stuff like that, and everything will be good.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's the only one I've ever read. I've never read Cupcakes, Rainbow Factory, any of that stuff.
Now, see, okay.
Dallas, my former co-host, was a huge fan of Cupcakes and Rainbow Factory.
Okay, well, I guess this is where I can add my 2 cents, because I have read both of those.
Oh, so have I. So.
Both of them?
Yep. And
right,
also,
let's do this.
Speaking of depressing stuff, I read another one of My Little Pony base called The Cough.
Oh, yes.
That one is just
from Creeps.
I guess.
Is that how you heard it?
I guess.
Is that how you heard it?
That was probably it.
Because
it was just
the one that starts
really
off
sad.
In the darkness, some pony coughed.
Yes.
Yes. You can find a reading of it on Creeps McPasta's channel. It's really, really good. But
really? He did a My Little Pony one?
He's done I think he's done 2, because he did that one, and he did The Truth Behind My Little Pony, which, if you ask me...
Oh, yeah, I have read that one.
If you ask me personally, I don't think it's really scary as much as it is, like, legitimately sweet. Like, I think that's a very heartwarming ending for it. Like, I've known people who have mentioned that to him, and their immediate reaction is, oh my god, no, it's so scary. Like, they could be real girls and stuff like that. It's like, but did you see, like, the way they tie it at the end? It's actually...
It's kind of like comparing the Rugrats thing to that.
Which one?
Where Angelica's made up the babies. And
I
all
personally
that.
think that's stupid.
I personally am not a fan of The Truth Behind My Little Pony.
I like the way they did it with just, like, the idea of it's Lauren Faust's way of paying tribute to him, like trying to give him the happiness that they really, really wanted.
Right.
I'm gonna try and stay off of that tangent of how I find it so annoying that every single fan theory I've ever come across is, like, super dark, and you have to be, you know, nitty gritty with it.
Hyper realistic.
Hyper realistic eyes.
Well, not same, different grievance.
Just real quick, one of the reasons why we're bringing up the creepypasta thing for My Little Pony is because me and Dewey over here have been playing since Animation Celebration to do a creepypasta
2 years
podcast.
ago.
And we just haven't really had time, and I think we like to expand the channel out a little bit more so we have different people coming in, like, oh, we could possibly get more people into My Little Pony and stuff like that from the creepypasta aspect, or our Rate and For Me's podcast whenever we do that.
I'm about to say, it brings up 2 questions, right? Like, first off, one, do you really want to juggle 3 podcasts at once?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay, well, so you want it to be, like, a separate podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because then the creepypasta fans have something to come into. If they're interested in what else we do, then they check it out.
That's true.
And you don't force them to wade through something they don't like just to hear something they do.
That's fair. But no, we just got to get around to actually doing that, because he's right. We have been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, like the creepypasta one was way far in. We were talking about way before we ever talked about doing a Brony podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the funny thing. Since it's, you know, in regards to like creepypasta and everything, do you want me to tell that one story from Animation Celebration, or save that for?
We'll save it for
okay.
The creepypasta.
Our special moment.
Our special moment. I'll just go ahead and sum it up by saying this was the first time ever that I ever hosted a panel of my own. That's what this story will be
And
about.
he's still in debt for me from before that.
I owe you big time.
You owe me a life debt.
I owe you a
Um,
lot. So, anyways,
That's I know there was a very popular one in the fandom that was basically Silent Hill with Fluttershy.
Never heard
as
of that one.
diehard of a Silent Hill fan as I am, I don't
I
think
think
I've
it's
heard
called
of it.
Silent Ponyville, I believe.
Okay, well,
My buddy Nick was really into that and told me all about how messed up it was.
not too crazy about the lazy name, but
I don't know if that is the name. Don't quote me
okay,
on
if it
that.
is, it's like, oh come on, you can do better than that.
But I think you'd be really like that because you're really into Silent Hill.
Yes.
Or at least what Silent Hill used to be.
I like how we have to specify that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not really into the pachinko machine one.
Silent Hills.
Yeah, I am. I
Silent
haven't
Hills
seen-
will be missed.
Yeah.
How can it be missed if it never existed?
Oh, which I know this is
technically
off
did.
tangent, but did you know that Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro are supposed to be doing a special opening presentation for a gaming convention?
Ooh.
So there is a chance we can still get a horror game from them, especially
Yes.
since Hideo is now a part of Sony.
That's true.
And
that's
sorry,
true.
that's something for the Raid M for Me's podcast when that comes around, but there's still a chance for good horror in video games.
Yes.
And that
Don't lose
I'll,
hope.
I'll tell you this much: the only horror game I ever played in my life was PT.
Really? No Silent Hill, no Amnesia, none of that.
Resident Evil.
Wow.
Huh?
Resident Evil.
Nope.
Wow.
Well, I played Resident Evil 4, but that's more of an action game.
It's got its moments.
I didn't think it. There's nothing that terrified me. PT terrified.
Well, no. Like in all throughout Resident Evil 4, nothing is like full on terrifying. It's
Nothing
just-
will beat the original Resident Evil when those dogs jump out the window.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
I'm just saying, like all
I
throughout.
saw a friend play that, and I was like, nope.
I'm
I'm
just
good.
saying throughout RE4, which by the way is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, it's a really good
It's
game.
a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Just it's nothing compared to the horror factor
It
of the
has
first
it
one.
has moments in it that are uncomfortable.
Compare that to 5 and 6.
I haven't touched
What,
it.
5 and 6?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyways, we're getting off topic.
Yeah. Okay. So
Were there any do you guys want to talk about those two?
Cupcakes and
Yeah, because clearly Cupcakes has even been said by Sergeant
Sergeant Sprinkles,
that was just a shock factor thing.
he himself said that.
I believe so.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start on that one then.
Well, with Cupcakes, interesting for me is that was the first fanfic I've ever read of anything. Like, I've never read any fanfic at all
Mine was
up until Cupcakes.
Mine was Fallout Equestria.
for anything ever.
Wow.
Okay, that's an interesting one, Trixie. Wow, what a note to start on.
I know, right?
Jesus.
My friend was like, "Don't look up cupcakes." I was like,
I'm
"Now
gonna
I
look
have
up-
to do it now."
Don't look up cupcakes. Proceeds to look up cupcakes.
Don't press that little red button.
You
Proceed
mean
to
this one?
Oop, I touched it.
So with cupcakes, for the most part, yeah, my opinions of it are actually pretty negative. It's not really it's not bad. It's not a bad story. It's just
Just gore fest.
well,
and,
that's the
like,
point. Is
Again, it's a shock factor.
yeah, but
Mhm.
this is coming from someone with the perspective of somebody who did not know that. They didn't know that, and they're just looking at it for what it is. This is before any knowledge of Sergeant Sprinkles coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I just did it for shock factor." There wasn't really anything to it. Like it's just like 25 minutes of Pinky torturing and eventually killing Rainbow Dash, and that's it.
You read a snuff fic.
Pretty much, yeah. Like
However,
It's kind of like the Passion of the Christ.
well,
What? By the way, our buddy Tyler just came in. I was quoting South Park.
Oh my god! And he's walking out the door.
Wow, you guys should see his face. That is priceless. That is awesome.
That's a perfect reaction photo.
Can you make that the video's thumbnail? Oh my god, that is awesome.
But
Hello,
going back,
hello, Tyler. How are you doing?
You know what to
going
expect.
back
So-
to Cupcakes, it has one thing going for it.
The imagery.
The imagery is fantastic.
Unfortunately, the imagery is actually some of the best I've ever seen. And I mean that in all the wrong ways. Yeah, that is, and that also really ties into the whole shock thing is like, I gotta get this as just disgusting as I possibly can. Well, Sergeant Sprinkles, you certainly succeeded on that.
Did you ever read the It was the unofficial sequel to the Cupcakes, Rocket to Insanity.
Oh,
No.
I thought you were going to say Cupcakes 2, Electric Boogaloo.
No, the cupcakening.
Cupcake.
No, hold on. What's the name again?
Rocket to Insanity.
I've heard of it.
Cupcake to Deathly Hollows? What?
Part 2.
No.
No, I've heard of that.
It's actually pretty good.
Hold on, one more movie title. Cupcakes, Passion of the Pinky.
Passion of the Crust.
That's better.
No, we're going to get a better high five for the mic. Not you. There we go.
Yay! You okay there?
Oh, well,
It's okay. Tyler knows what to expect from me.
keep this up. He's going to be the one in a not so stable condition. Plug.
Trademark.
Oh.
You owe me money.
You're right. Hold on. Man.
Yay. Hey, this is Monopoly money.
Works.
Give me some of that internet money.
So, anyways, avoiding
We
as
gotta
many-
keep a South Park thing in
That's
there.
it, it's-
You know, that's a stable condition tradition.
as of course is tradition. So, yeah, cupcakes. I didn't think it was really anything
Special.
And you know what's the problem with it is whenever that kind of stuff kind of seeps into the heads of some people and they start to believe it's canon just because somebody wrote it.
Oh yeah.
Like basically what I'm saying is like a time I was in a chat room with some random brony and it's like, "Hi, how are you doing?" I'm good. So I hear
So did you know Cupcakes is canon?
No, it was a lot more forced than that. It was basically what it was I was talking to this person like, "So who are your favorite ponies?" And they basically I can't do it again. We're just being stupid over here. Anyways, so I'm talking to them and it's like, "So who's your favorite ponies?" I really like Twilight. I really like Rainbow Dash, and I really like Pinkie Pie. And as soon as I mention Pinkie Pie, like it's a trigger word, they go, "How can you like Pinkie Pie?" I was like,
Triggered.
"Because she's funny, she has great songs, and she's a lovable character." She killed and murdered Rainbow Dash. I was like, "And what
Triggered.
do you base this off of?" "Oh, that story that some fan wrote?" It's like, "Yeah, it's Cupcakes." It's like, just because it's famous doesn't mean it's canon.
That's
Depends on the fandom.
All of them?
So-
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Rainbow Factory, I watched Flim Flam Velocity's
I haven't seen that actually.
thing, and that one was pretty funny, especially how they portray Scootaloo.
Really? I need to check that
Scootaloo
out.
is a ladies' man.
Really?
Oh boy.
That is the only way I'll watch Rainbow Factory, and Rainbow Dash, of course, is a dumb person in that.
Rainbow Factory was pretty good. It was better than Cupcakes by
Well, see,
far.
Rainbow Factory was the first pony fan fiction that I read, and I actually really liked it. I mean, yeah, for the most part, what you see is what you get. Is a lot of grim dark stuff. A lot of ponies die, yada yada yada. But I think for some reason why I like it so much is because of the ending. I thought the ending was very well done. I'm talking about like the true ending, not the what is
What
it?
was it, DLC you had to purchase?
Like 12 different endings that have been written by all these other people saying this happened. No, the true ending of it, which was really, really good. Do you remember what happened? Oh, you don't?
Maybe. You go on.
It's at the spoiler warning just in case. But basically, it's at the very end when Rainbow Dash finally catches Scootaloo after almost escaping the Rainbow Factory. She almost makes it out, and she gets captured by Rainbow Dash, and she's on she's on that thing, like she's chained up to it, and basically she's about to get brutally murdered. Like remember how they did it?
As is in all of episodes, yes.
Yes, they almost get massacred before our very eyes. But it's like that machine that twists their bodies, kind of like trying to get the water.
Wring it out.
Yeah, wring it
Yeah,
out
yeah.
like water out of a towel. That's basically what's about to happen. Scooter was like, "Yeah, that's going to be very, 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 very brutal." But before
Brutaloo.
Really?
That's an actual Tumblr.
Good job.
So-
Jay.
Really?
Yeah, Brutaloo.
Good job, Jay Thor.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyways, so Scootaloo is about to get completely
Brutalooed.
sure. And, Rainbow Dash coming up, she taunts her and basically just says any final words. And Scootaloo looks at her with a very, very serious face and just says, "You have beautiful eyes." and that's
right.
that's how it ends. It's like, whoa, that's actually really good. That's a really good way to end it. Don't give me that look.
So was the mic okay?
Oh my god.
That's stop with the inside jokes they're not gonna get.
Oh, don't worry. I'll explain it to them.
You won't.
He won't.
He's just gonna go on 8 other tangents.
And here, like, people probably had hope, and there went.
Thanks, Tyler. Special guest, right?
But other than that, we really haven't read that many. Like, I haven't read fanfic since 2013.
But you.
I've really been meaning to, just
Do you know the
Haven't
title?
done
I haven't read this yet, but I've heard some people like try and throw us my mind. It's like, oh yeah, you should really read this. Does the name Cheerly's Garden mean anything to you?
no.
Heard of it, never
Did
read
that
it.
guy break up with Cheerly or something?
Another inside joke they're not gonna get.
Watch Rob Dyke's episode 2 of Seriously Strange called Coincidences. You'll understand.
Man, that cut deep. That cut as deep as that tree.
Not as deep as that bullet, though.
You guys will know.
Oh, that's. I just remembered Trixie's Funhouse.
Oh, that.
I hated that one.
Are you putting Trixie by society?
Yes, but like it's another one of those shock factor ones.
What happens in it?
Trixie kills the CMC brutally. That's it.
Oh,
You mean brutally?
no.
Yeah.
Fine. If I will
Answer the question, Trixie.
I'm not answering it.
I will match that. I will match that with Sweet Apple Massacre, which is about Big Mac brutally killing the CMC.
Why do people want to? Why? I like them.
I don't
Apparently
know,
other
man.
people don't.
I don't know, but it's just. Is that really all it takes to make a fanfic that people are just gonna be like, oh my god, this is so edgy because children get massacred in it?
Yeah.
See,
I guess so.
Trixie's Funhouse, huh?
Don't read it.
Well, now I have to.
All right, you'll be wasting your time.
Let's
They're
see.
already wasting their time by listening to us, so.
Fair
So
enough.
they'll be double wasting their time.
All right, read it. You've convinced me.
I'm tempted to read just a quick paragraph out of it.
Go for it.
No, don't.
Yep.
I will end the podcast.
I'm not-
I have the power.
I'm not reaching for my phone or anything. I promise. My phone is not in my hands. I'm not opening.
It's in his hands right now.
I'm not opening Safari.
Don't.
I'm not typing.
All
in,
right, guys. We'll see you on the next episode of
I'm
Stable
not typing in
Condition.
Trixie's Funhouse.
I'm JWhoof,
I'm Trixie.
and that's Dewey. Good night,
Wait,
everybody.
no, don't actually end it. No, wait, seriously. Stop.
What?
Stop.
I
Don't.
know what you're talking
don't do
about.
it. Stop.
What are you talking about?
No, stop. Seriously. I found it.
Okay.